Elon Musk again. Elon Musk again, making the news, doing a good job, knowing how to keep his name in the news, knowing how to. I mean, I guess he has more finances available to him than anybody else in the world. So obviously he has more opportunities to be able to do things like this. But buying majority shareholder of Twitter, that I understand, he has like 9%, 9.3% of Twitter now. He just bought it, and that made people go crazy. That made Twitter employees go crazy, saying they don't want to work for a fascist. And you know what? None of us like fascists here in America. So Elon Musk, please don't be a fascist. But it does seem that Twitter is okay with communists. Don't want fascists, but it's okay for communists. Obviously, it's okay for communists. Trump can't tweet. Trump was kicked off of Twitter. And look, I don't give two shits about Twitter. This is a news story that people talk about, so that's cool. It's fun to talk about because everyone has a different opinion on these types of things, but it's social media. We do put a lot of pressure on social media companies to deal with the countries and the people that their society, that the website's based in the society, whatever. It's all over the world now. It's all over the world, and they're trying to regulate it all as if each country is one. They're trying to make sure that, hey, all these other countries, all these countries have to come together now and have the same types of rules, because it's a lot easier for a centralized system to judge and base and govern off of the same rules instead of having to go to this country and then understand that their rules are somewhat different than this other country's and then this other country's. Nope, we make our own rules, and we're going to abide by all of these other countries' laws so that we can make the process easier of actually just running this damn thing. But they're very sweet to the communists. You see, Trump can't tweet, but the Kremlin can. The Babylon Bee can't tweet, but the Chinese Communist Party can. Members of Congress can't tweet, but the Ayatollah and Taliban can. I know, isn't that hilarious? The fucking Taliban. This is so ridiculous. They only target conservatives and don't even try to hide it anymore. We must hold big tech accountable. It does look like they they kick off more conservatives than they do liberals or lefties and righty. You know what I'm saying. People from the opposite spectrums, but they do kick off lefties here and there as well. Probably not at as high of a rate. Elon Musk became a board member with Twitter, and he has all these types of ideas to pitch and try to see if they'll be able to make a difference. Doesn't seem like they'll be able to make a difference. Twitter did post a thing saying that just because he's joining the Twitter stock surged more than 25% after the Tesla man bought it. Musk's criticism of Twitter, happening most exclusively on Twitter, has been mounting. In late March, he tweeted a poll asking people if they thought Twitter rigorously I can't even say words, adheres free speech is essential to a functioning democracy. And we've learned that throughout the years. Yes, surely free speech is. You have to be able to speak freely. Do you believe Twitter rigorously adheres to this principle? Now, probably not after seeing all that stuff, but I've never been a Twitter person, so I don't really give a shit. But 70% to 30%. That right there, man, that right there lets you know people do not think that they're being honest with their free speech. If Musk does decide to try to exert influence on Twitter, it would be the second activist shareholder push on the company in just a few years. Elliott Management, an investment firm known for taking large stakes in companies and pushing for management changes, took a sizable stake in Twitter early 2020 and pushed for then CEO Jack Dorsey to step down. Dorsey was able to strike a deal with Elliott Management that allowed him to stay for the time being. Dorsey stepped down as CEO in November, though he remains on the company's board of directors. And now Elon Musk is on the board of directors. And that doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to start implementing all of these changes and trying to I know they're talking about getting Donald Trump back on. They're talking about the Babylon Bee, getting those back on. And I don't know what they were kicked off for. I'm sure Obviously, it was some political dumb shit that, people don't agree with or whatever the case may be. I don't know. It's interesting to see what's going on with this, though, and it's going to be interesting to see how this evolves in the next year or so, and we'll see if there are going to be positive changes to Twitter, or is it just going to continuously be the cesspool, because that's what majority of the people want it to be. And when I say cesspool, I mean like the just the ridiculous. I mean, everybody just talks. Everybody goes there and talks shit. That's what you're doing on there. I mean, I guess that's what I'm doing on here. I guess that's what we all do as humans. So, yeah, it's an interesting story, but we'll see how it goes in the future.